Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Wanted to ask you guys if you could do me a favor. If you're watching these videos and checking out the channel and you like what you see, if you guys could hit the subscribe button for me, we would really appreciate that. We are working our way to trying to get monetized so that we can build bigger and better cars and more builds and so on and so forth and keep doing this. And that would help us a lot if you guys could do that for us. So that's really all I got for you. Really appreciate all of you. Stay tuned. We've got lots of cool builds coming. Lots of things starting to happen on a lot of different cars. So it won't just be the Thing. It's going to be the Thing, the 40 Ford, the Apache. There's going to be a lot of things happening. So just stay tuned, and I will try my best to get you as many videos as I can, including Don's 1957 Chevy two-door post that we're working on. There's a lot going on over there too. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for everything. We really appreciate you. Have a great night. Hey everybody, welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. We are working on our 1973 Volkswagen Thing today. We are going to we're going to go down a rabbit hole, but I want to work on getting this motor to run better. I have an issue with it at the moment that I think is both fuel and distributor related. So what we're gonna do, well, let me tell you what the issue is. The issue is when this car is cold, when the engine's cold, I can get in, start the car, it fires off, boom, 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 okay? No problem. As soon as I run it any length of time and fuel gets into that carburetor, it starts pumping. I pull it out, turn it off. The only way it will fire back off, okay, and start back up is if you put the gas pedal to the floor, because it'll sit there and crank. It will not fire, okay? If you floor it and hold the gas pedal to the floor until it fires off, it will start within 3-4 seconds, 5 seconds, something like that. Now, I don't like doing that. So, and then it runs like crap for a minute, blows black smoke. I mean, it's terrible, right? So nobody wants that problem. And being I'm going to be selling this, I want to make sure this is right. So, where I think my problem began was a lack of Volkswagen knowledge back in the day. And I bought a 009 electronic distributor without vacuum and vans. Now when I first fired this engine way back, the first couple starts, it would idle great. I could dial it right in, timing set, no issues with any of that. But as soon as I would do this, right, give it any kind of fuel at all, it would basically fall on its face and die. It had a huge dead spot, okay? Flat spot, as most people call it. So what I had to do is bring it over here and show you. Okay, so back here, you guys can see this bolt right here. I pulled that out, and inside of there is a jet, okay, for the carburetor. When I bought this carburetor from J-Bugs, and this is a J-Bugs 34 picked carburetor, brand new, okay. When I did it, it came with an extra set of jets, okay, the next size up, all right. So what I did is I changed out both sets of jets. There's one here, and then there's one right here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's back here, okay. Now, when doing that, it was running better. It got rid of the flat spot, and but it was running rich. So what I did is I swapped this jet back to the stock jet, but kept the bigger jet over here on the main jet on the bolt. Okay, so the idle jet is stock, the main jet is the next step up, and I can figure out sizes on that. I have it somewhere. So with that, it runs great around the neighborhood and everything else. I don't have any issues there. It's when you turn it off and go to turn it back on. Now I talked to Fisher Buggies, and they said that it could be I need to add a washer to the needle and seat. And they gave me the washer when I was there today. But really, I don't want to really go down that road. So what I'm going to do today, this is my fix. I'm going to take the carburetor off, okay? I'm going to put the stock jet back here, okay? So we'll be running stock jets, everything's set the way it should be, okay? The way it came from the factory, all right? From J-Bucks. Then I'm going to remove the 009 distributor, okay? You see I've got number 1 marked here and here. I'm going to remove this. I went ahead and bought, so you guys can see it, the EMPI all-in-one distributor, okay? Electronic distributor with vacuum advance, okay? This is the part number of what I bought, okay? I didn't want to go points, I didn't want to do, I just wanted basically a 009 with vacuum advance is what I wanted. So that's what I got. So in doing this, we'll have to cut these ends off here, put the little round where it goes over a bolt, connectors on it. I need to remove the distributor, need to remove the carb, then we'll have to retime and reset everything back to spec and see if that doesn't fix both of our problems, right? Because if I remove this jet and put it back to stock, I will have my flat spot again with any throttle whatsoever. Any kind of acceleration, we have a huge flat spot. It's horrible to drive if I put that jet back to stock, so without changing out the distributor. So that's what we're going to be doing. I know it's a little magoo, but we're going to do it. But that's where we're at, guys. I'm going to bring you along for the ride. I think I'm going to start with the carburetor and go from there. Unhook my linkage, unhook my fuel line, pull this off, the air cleaner, unbolt it here and back here, and pull this off. Put that jet back in. Set it back on, bolt it down, hook everything back up here. So I'm good here to where I'm just dealing with ignition at that point. And then I'm going to mark my plug wires and remove this distributor, which should be as simple as loosening this up, the clamp, and should be cooking with hot grease. We'll pull this out and we'll lube the new one up a little bit, slide it in, and find a vacuum line and hook that up, figure out which one of these ports go to that on the carburetor, and then we'll get the timing light out and we'll try to set it close, and then we'll get the timing light out and go from there. So bear with me, that's what we're going to be doing today, guys, and see where we get. We've also, I believe, something totally different, but this is the stock 727 automatic transmission out of the Chrysler 300 that's under the tarp here. I think I have it sold, so I got a guy coming today or tomorrow to look at it. So if that's the case, that's huge, gives us a lot more room in the shed. This thing, you wouldn't believe, it doesn't look it, but this tail is huge, so just gets in the way. So this needs to go away, and we're gonna go from there too. So anyway, that's what I've got. Bear with me here. I'm gonna set you up here in a second as soon as I start working, and we'll go through this together step by step. I'll show you exactly what I'm doing and how I do it, and maybe it'll help one of you guys that's going through the same thing. So bear with me, guys. Be back in a minute. Hey guys, welcome back. Alright, so we're getting started here. So what I'm doing first, pulling the air cleaner thing off. Now I'm going to loosen up my throttle cable barrel nut here, and basically unhook my throttle cable. Okay, so here's what we're doing, guys. I removed the throttle cable, okay? Got the barrel nut out of the way. Those of you wondering, let's see this on. So that was the first carburetor nut. See, now we're loose. Now I'm going to do the back one, which is a little more of a... Well, that might have been a problem. The back one was loose. Carburetor's off, guys. For those of you that have never unbolted one of these, you have your electric choke wire on this side, okay? On the other side, you have a wire that hooks here. It's some idle deal. Fuel line, got to unhook. You have two studs, one here and one here, okay? It sits down just like so. Boom. You have a gasket, okay? And that's pretty much it. That's as hard as this is. So I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna go over to the table here, and I'm gonna bring you along as I remove the jet and put the stock one in. I'll show you how to do that, and then we'll kind of go from there. And but for now, carburetor's off. This isn't hard stuff. It's just doing it and not dropping things, which I've done multiple times. It gets real easy to lose shit in here, but yeah, we're getting there, guys. Bear with me. Okay, guys, so here's what we got. Stock, well, I say stock. It's a 34 picked carburetor from J-Bucks, okay? This is their house brand carburetor. Seems good. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to remove this bolt, okay? And inside of here is a jet. We're going to remove that jet, and we're going to reinstall the stock jet, because I went up a size because of my flat spot on my distributor. So I believe it's 14. Here we go. I got paper towels down because we're going to make a mess. Just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, so we bring it off. Should look like this. You got a washer on there. Don't lose that. Okay. Now, what I don't know if you can see, but you might be able to see it here. Inside of here, let's see. We got a light of any kind, Ron? Hold on, guys. We're going to try to show you this, how this actually goes in here. It's just dark in there. So inside of here, you take a flathead screwdriver and you remove this, and almost anything will work. You guys see it there? Oop, there we go. You guys see that? That's what we're taking out, okay? We're going to unscrew that. Now when you unscrew that, I will warn you now, it will want to fall inside of the bowl here. I'm going to grab some tools and we'll pull this out of here. Okay. Flathead screwdriver. I got a new one. It's a magnetic one. I don't know if that'll help or not, but we're going to try it. Find every cut that I have. Dumping fuel. I did this the last time. Just fought it and fought. There it goes. Okay, so you guys see me shake that out of there? Hopefully. This is the next size up jet. Alright. Alright guys, so we got the old jet out. Now we're going to install the new jet. Okay, we're going to try to get lucky, which, you know, almost never happens. And basically try to drop this thing right in there. Nope. Try again. Ooh. Got it. Alright. Okay. So what this means, guys, is I have now installed the stock jets. Okay, this carburetor is back to stock, back to the factory settings. Should, God willing, do something for us. We put the screw back in, or the bolt. Tighten it up. You don't want to key man it. Now, something I'm noticing on this, it's pretty dirty. Let me see if I got some carb cleaner. Okay guys, So let's clean this thing up. I think I might have my belt a little tight. Looks like it's got a little wear and tear from that. Okay, so we're cleaned up. Let's see here. Am I missing anything? I don't think I am. Alright, so at this point, carburetor, it's back to factory spec, got the factory jet back in it. I've cleaned it with carburetor cleaner. Now, basically, I'm going to reinstall it on the car. So that's kind of where I'm at. So, okay guys, so what we're gonna do here, try to get you a little closer. Put your gasket, paper gasket, back on, okay? I like to try to run my electric choke wire over to the side I need it to be, because it's gonna be a bear once I get in there. I know that going in. Then, make sure your studs are tight. And boom. Set the carb right back on. And then we do our nuts. We'll start with this one because it's easy. Now, as you guys saw, I was a little shocked. My rear here was loose. So that was clearly a problem. That could fix a lot of problems right out of the gate. Okay, that's done. So our two studs are tightened up, okay? Now I'm going to put my fuel line back on, just slide it over. It's hard to work on these because everything is so damn tight. You got big fingers like I do. Becomes a little bit of a challenge. I'm going to hook up my electric choke. Electric choke's hooked up. Tighten my fuel line back down here. You guys on? Yeah.
back up. Hey Ron.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor? Can you hit the gas pedal for me? Just watch right here.
Ready?
Yep.
All the way to the floor.
Alright, let out. Does it feel loose or anything? Floor it again. Okay, let go. Alright. Alright. So, fuel line's hooked up. This is hooked up. Electronic choke's hooked up. 2 nuts are tight. That's hooked up. Stock jet's back in it. Gasket's on it. I think we're there. Alright, carburetor's back on. I'm going to go ahead and put that back on there. I'm also going to get my air cleaner real quick. Put that on there so that I don't drop anything in this motor. Okay. We're there, guys. I'm going to take a break for a second, have a drink, and then we're going to get into this distributor, and I'll bring you along for that too. Okay guys, so I'm going to start removing the 009 distributor. I've loosened up the clamp a little bit. I need to do a little more probably. You got your distributor clamp here. Just loosen it up. I've taken pictures of my orientation. Now the next step here, I think I'm going to do get this to where I can see my coil. That's my negative. There's the negative off. The black wire off the distributor will be your negative. The red wire off the distributor. Positive. Got to be a little careful here on the positive side of the coil. One, you don't want to lose anything. Why I'm doing it facing up. So basically you're going to unlock all your wires. Okay. Set the coil out of the way for a second. Goes on the positive side. These wires out. There she is. 009 distributor out. Now, orientation. Should be good. Let me set this on the table here, guys. Hold on a second. Okay. In theory, yeah, you know that works. Theories. We need some lube. Hold on. This is fun.
Exactly where it aimed before.
I'm looking at the groove and the thing down here. The only way to get it to lock in is to go to about here.
I just went exactly where it was. Right in. You're there.
You think? Okay guys, so distributor's in, sat right down in. This looks pretty right. Now I've got my new cap. What I'm going to do here is set this on here and get my orientation right. This should be number 1. We got our cap on. Now when this one was on here, okay guys, so what I've got here, I'll bring you in and show you. Alright, so distributor's in. I got the plug wires back in the right orientation. This should be number 1. I've got all my wires, my positive wires for the coil here. I got to hook back up. Coil's over there. And then this will be my 2 wires to my distributor. I'll have to cut this wire tie here, cut these ends off, and put ends like this on real quick, and wire that up, wire up the coil, and hook up a vacuum line. I got to figure out which port to put the vacuum line on for the vacuum advance, and see what happens, I guess. Hook up the timing light, do all of that, and kind of go from there. But so far, better. See what happens here. I'm cautiously optimistic, if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna go get my electrical stuff and put these ends on real quick, and then I'll bring it back to wire up the coil, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, so I went ahead, I had to run to O'Reilly's real quick and get these ends, but I went ahead and cut them off, put these on. This is for our distributor. I've got the negative wire hooked up. The positive will be a little more of a challenge. Just a lot more wires. But let's see what we can do here.
60 wires are gonna go in there. This guy comes under. Come on, baby. Okay. Now, okay. And then okay, let's try this again. Alright, so I think we are down to adjusting I think we're down to putting a vacuum line on. Hey, you got any vacuum line? I don't need much of it, maybe a foot. I think we need to do the vacuum line and then hook up the timing light and everything and see if this pick will fire up. So, be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. We ran into a little snag, battery died. Barely would turn over. So we didn't have enough juice to even fire it up. So let me show you what we did get done, and we'll kind of get into something else here. Distributor's in, carburetor, stock, whatever, stock jet is in. I cleaned it with carb cleaner, got it all cleaned up again. Coil's all wired up, everything's done. I just got to clean things up once I know that I don't have to, you know, turn the distributor 180 degrees or something stupid. But we do now have vacuum advance, which is exciting. And so on. So we're kind of getting somewhere. Now all I really need to do is get the battery that's back there on the charger to charge, and then we'll be in business here. So that's where that's at. That's the state of the union.